Greetings. My name is Ann Gray, and I am a member of the planning committee for the Mothers of Young Children class. And the committee has asked that I share with you some options that you have if you're in attendance at the building for our monthly Mothers of Young Children class. Please know, though, if this virus continues to grow strong, we'll just have our classes through this website each Tuesday night, first of the month, okay? So, however, if you are in building with us, we wanted to share with you some options for your children if you need child care. First of all, we have nurseries, and the nursery is for the infants. And then we have a 2- and 3-year-old playroom for the toddlers. And then we have a 4- and 5-year-old class, as well as a 1st grade through 5th grade class for the older children. And so I wanted to kind of share with you how that class, those 2 classes, older classes, look, so that you can be aware of what your children in that age bracket would be involved with during that time. We try each month in the class to match the type of lesson that the mothers are being taught at the other end of the building as they enjoy lunch and friendships and a speaker. And our first meeting in September, the subject matter will be handling finances. So if your student is with us in the building on that first Tuesday in September, the class the child will hear will also about handling finances. And so to give you an idea how those classes run, they have in every class meeting 6 ingredients. One ingredient is when they come in, they'll be given a light snack. It may be apple juice and the little fish crackers, something like that. The intent is if your child has their bedtime snack when they get home, they're ready for bed. The other thing that we always have, the second thing, is we have circle time. And during that time, the children receive a Bible lesson. And in that Bible lesson, there will be, the third thing, is they will have a personal application piece. And that is to connect that Bible story to their modern day, age-appropriate experiences in life. We also will have a craft that they will make and take home, as well as an active game. We don't want them in the chairs all the time, so they'll get to stretch their muscles and play a fun game. On that particular night, they'll be playing the game called Run for Your Money. After all the class activities have happened, the children will go to the, they will go to the game table and play board games until mom comes. So it's a full night, and it's a happy night. Just to give you an example of how the lesson would go, after their snack on that night when they're learning about finances, they will go to the circle. And the children will hear the teacher say something like this. Did you know that often Jesus, when teaching other people a principle in life, would use money as his example? Now, that's probably a pretty good idea because every generation throughout time and throughout the world, mankind has needed to have some sort of money, coinage, to purchase the necessities of life. And so money would make sense that no matter what time of life you're in, whatever circumstance, you could connect to a lesson that's connected to money. For example, many of you have heard the story of the young lady who lost a coin. And she's just diligently searched throughout her house for that coin. And that lesson Jesus used to teach mankind that every soul is precious in his sight. There is also that story that many of you heard about a young man whose dad gave him all of his money that he felt he deserved. And that young man went out and he was very irresponsible with his money. He ended up with not even enough money to buy food to eat. And that lesson Jesus taught was to teach us how to be forgiving toward others. Now, the lesson for that night that will go in depth will be the lesson of the man who owned lots of property. And he was going to go on a journey, so he left his servants in charge of a certain amount of money. And after I've gone in depth with that, with their looking in their Bibles, they will learn that that story is meant to teach us that we all have some abilities that we can give in service to God. Now, after that lesson, we'll do a personal application. And in that particular lesson, they'll meet a little girl named Sally. Sally's ability was to smile easily at other people. And her friendliness and her smile led her to a friendship that eventually allowed her to invite her friend to go to VBS with her. Another story we have that they will listen to is about two little boys. One little boy was really good at math, and so was his friend in his class. But this little boy took his ability to do math easy to a friend in the class who found learning was a struggle. And what he found was by helping others with his ability, both he and that little girl had a happy outturn. And then the last one will be about some twins. A little brother and sister. They were really good about earning money. But the brother, when he got his money for his work, he would just spend it immediately, real frivolously. Whereas the sister had a plan for her money. And that plan turned out that she had some pretty happy results with it. Now, each of these interactive lessons have the children talking and connecting to the biblical story that they learned and how that works in their world. Also, because of the twin story, as a backdrop, the children will have a craft, and that craft will be to make a bank for them to take home. One bank could say give, and the children will learn that they might want to put some of their money into their bank just to give to others. Another one will have spend. After all, we want our money to give us some pleasure, and so they may have a bank that helps them determine how much they want to just spend and enjoy. Whereas the last bank they make will be about saving money and how saving money can also make some opportunities they wouldn't ever have otherwise. So the children have a craft that's connected to the lesson to take home. The game, as I told you that night, is running for your money. They'll be out of their chairs doing that. And then, of course, at the end, they'll go to the board table and play board games until Mom comes. I'm just hoping by you being aware of some of our child care options, if you're in need of those to attend the class, that the committee also has that component in their planning for the Mothers of Young Children class. Please know that we think about you all the time. We who work on that Mothers of Young Children endeavor know your value. You have such a responsibility in creating a home that's godly as you serve your husband and your children. And please know that even if we can't meet for a while because of the coronavirus, you're in our thoughts, and we will be connecting with you, either through the broadcast or perhaps with just a cheery note every once in a while. And know that we value what you do.